Homeschool would be better because you can't. No, what are you saying? No, this is beneficial for me. I can work whenever I want to and then get right in the studio.
King can talk people into being homeschooled. Everybody, he's very convincing. And I applaud him from that. It just, he can't convince me.
I had homeschool too. I mean, I get it.
You had a record deal and you had a hit record.
But how you know I won't get one?
You ain't put in enough work yet.
I need my career to start now because if it don't start now, then I'm gonna be rushing to get it later.
You don't say when it's time for your career to start.
Baby. No,
you ain't put in the work.
You don't know.
You a child.
But there's childs out there making more money than me.
Children, see, that's why your ass need to be in school.
You don't understand.
Stop hitting me and getting in my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay? I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas, his ass going to prison. If you got to keep this up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had the conversation. I've already made my peace with it.
King Harris is back in the headlines after another arrest, and this time the situation looks more serious than ever. With a growing record of run-ins with the law, the court isn't showing him much leniency. Meanwhile, his parents, T.I. and Tiny, are reportedly stressed and frustrated, struggling to handle the chaos surrounding their son.
Hey man, he said you guys are famous.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
What's your stage name so I can look you up?
King Harris.
King Harris?
You know T.I.?
Huh?
T.I.?
Who's that?
That's my father.
No, I know it. Is it?
Yeah.
T.I. and Tiny are in full panic after their son, King Harris, was arrested again and now faces the possibility of spending up to 5 years behind bars, a situation T.I. had long warned could happen if King didn't change his ways. As parents, they're scrambling to protect his future, especially since he's now a young father, but the internet is divided. Some sympathize, while others believe King brought this on himself by glorifying a street lifestyle he never truly lived. The warning signs were clear from his repeated run-ins with trouble to the viral video where he nearly fought his own father after T.I. called him out for pretending to be street, despite growing up privileged. King, however, has continued to claim credibility from his time at his grandmother's house, even though fans see it as part of his ongoing struggle to craft a tougher image. With the court no longer being lenient, T.I. and Tiny are spiraling, desperate to prevent their son from throwing his life away before it's too late.
Are you from the trenches?
Am I from the trenches?
You gotta think. What the hell? What you
Because it's a yes or no question, y'all.
Yeah, it's a yes.
My life is difficult.
Okay, talk to me. Tell me why it's difficult.
Alright, so I was raised with my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
I lived with my grandma. She had a great house, but in a bad area.
That boy trying to manipulate the line.
If anybody knows Terra Boulevard, Flint River,
Okay.
Clayco, that's where I'm from.
Who could forget the infamous Waffle House incident where King Harris started a fight with staff who were just doing their jobs, showing yet another example of his reckless behavior. Not long after that, T.I. publicly called him out again, this time alongside Boozie's son, Tootie, for flashing guns in a music video and even having what looked like legal substances scattered around the set. T.I. reminded his son there's nothing entertaining about that kind of image, warning him that if law enforcement had shown up, the entire situation could have turned from a simple shoot to a life-changing problem in seconds.
Well, when you got drugs, it ain't.
I know that.
When y'all got drugs around those legal guns, they call it's not possession of a firearm and commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You've been around too there a lot, man. You gotta talk.
And now it looks like all of T.I.'s warnings might finally be catching up to King Harris, because his legal troubles just keep stacking. His run-ins with the law go back to October 2024, when he nearly collided with a police car while pulling out of a gas station in his BMW. Officers immediately pulled him over, and things went downhill fast. The smell of weed hit them as soon as they approached, and to make matters worse, they noticed King was carrying a firearm at the same time. That combination alone raised serious red flags, but when they ran his information, they discovered he already had an outstanding warrant in Pickens County for skipping a court date. That warrant traced back to August 2022, when he was charged with speeding, knowingly driving with a suspended license, and driving under the influence of substances. Instead of handling his case responsibly, he simply skipped court, seemingly believing he could dodge the consequences. For a while, nothing happened, and he kept going about his life. But when the October stop brought it all back into focus, the situation turned serious fast. Now, what could have been resolved years ago has snowballed into a mess that may cost him his freedom.
It's still in the car? Okay. We'll let you take your phone and all that, but right now, the phone call's gonna have to wait, okay? So just stand by.
Kang's downfall really hit home when he went from flexing on social media to being hauled off in the back of a police car. First, he was booked into DeKalb County Jail before being transferred to Pickens County once the warrant resurfaced. And just like that, all that talk about standing on business flipped into sitting in a cold jail cell with people online saying he finally got what he deserved. For T.I. and Tiny, though, this cuts deeper than public opinion. T.I. has always pushed for King to slow down, stay focused on school, and build a solid future. But King kept insisting on chasing shortcuts, brushing off his father's warnings like he was untouchable. His rebellious streak only grew, spiraling more and more out of control. When T.I. warned that King might end up in prison, it wasn't out of malice. It was the voice of a father who knew that path firsthand, because he'd walked it himself and landed behind bars. What makes it worse now is that King has a child of his own, someone who should have inspired him to grow up, but instead he stayed on the same reckless path. And his baby mama hasn't made things easier, openly admitting she has no plans to work or push herself, basically hinting that she had the baby expecting T.I. and Tiny to step in as caretakers. For his parents, it's a nightmare to watch history repeat itself. Despite all their efforts, King seems determined to learn the hard way.
Yeah, I think at this point of my life right now, no, I don't work. I don't work, but I did want to get a job. But it's like y'all know me now, and I'm not the type of person, I'm not a friendly ass bitch. So you know what I'm saying? All of that, you know what I'm saying? Seeing me at work and shit, you know what I'm saying? I really am not the talkative person, you know? So maybe like a bottle girl job. Put me onto a bottle girl job where, you know what I'm saying, it be loud in there, so I really don't have to talk to nobody for real, unless they buying a bottle or something. Be a nurse? Nah, I don't want to be that. Not a nurse type of girl. Could be a brand ambassador. I mean, if some brands out there that want me to be an ambassador, then.
With a newborn in the picture, a baby mama refusing to work, and their son King Harris possibly facing serious jail time, T.I. and Tiny are clearly under heavy pressure right now. And while T.I. may have lived a similar wild lifestyle in his youth, you could always tell that when he spoke to King, it came from a place of love and concern, not judgment. He knew firsthand where reckless choices could lead, and all he wanted was to save his son from repeating those mistakes. But the problem is King has never been the type to listen. He brushed off advice, acted like he was above structure, and believed he could move through life on his own terms without facing the consequences. Well, now those consequences have finally caught up to him. With an alleged jail sentence looming, the internet has been buzzing, with some people saying this might actually be the best thing for him. Sometimes, when these young men who glorify the streets actually sit behind bars, it forces them to reflect on their decisions and realize the lifestyle isn't nearly as glamorous as they made it out to be. Maybe, just maybe, this will be the wake-up call King Harris needs to finally start listening to his father's words instead of brushing them aside. Because at the end of the day, Daddy can't always swoop in and save him, especially not from his own bad decisions. If he wants to be taken seriously as a father, a man, and an artist, then he has to learn the hard way that ignoring responsibilities and stacking up mistakes isn't the way. And clearly, skipping court dates and running from warrants is a mistake he never should have made. Sometimes the only teacher is experience. And if jail time is what it takes for King to wise up, then maybe this painful chapter will eventually turn him into a better man. Do y'all think King Harris had this coming? Or do you believe he deserves another chance before the system swallows him up?